Amber Kelleher-Andrews was many things to many people: a matchmaker, a media personality, a philanthropist, and most of all, a believer in the enduring power of human connection. Her sudden passing at the age of 56 sent ripples across the entertainment and relationship industries, leaving a void in a space she helped define. Amber's journey began in the Golden Hills of California. Born into a family of visionaries, she inherited her entrepreneurial spirit from her parents, who founded one of the first elite matchmaking firms in the United States, Kelleher International. She would eventually rise to become the face and force behind the company, blending tradition with innovation and transforming an age-old practice into a refined art. But beyond the resume and reputation was a woman whose life's work was about hope, the kind of hope that comes with finding love. Often when people least expect it, Amber didn't start her career as a matchmaker. In fact, she was a child of the entertainment world, drawn to the screen with natural charisma. Her early years included work in television and film, where she gained first-hand experience of the celebrity world she would later serve as a relationship guide. But something called her home, not just to her roots, but to something more enduring than the bright lights of Hollywood. In the 1990s, Amber stepped into her parents' legacy, but she didn't just take over a business, she redefined it. With Ski, her elegance, insight, and unshakable confidence, Amber transformed Kelleher International into a global powerhouse, serving royalty, billionaires, executives, and A-list actors. To them, she wasn't just a matchmaker, she was a confidant, an advisor, a counselor who saw past wealth and fame to the vulnerable hearts beneath. She brought technology into the fold at just the right moment, balancing innovation with human intuition. Amber understood something most people missed: that real matchmaking is not about algorithms, it's about empathy, psychology, and the human condition. Her team didn't rely on swipes and clicks. They traveled, met clients face-to-face, and asked hard questions. And Amber led the way, often flying across continents to meet someone personally, to understand not just who they were, but what they longed for. Her success led her to television, where she starred in NBC's reality series, Ready for Love. As a relationship expert and matchmaker on the show, Amber brought her philosophy to a wide audience. She was poised and compassionate, never sensational. She offered advice that was practical but profound, winning fans who appreciated her wisdom in a world full of sound bites. She was also a regular contributor to media outlets like the BBC, CNN, and The Today Show, where her commentary bridged the personal and the cultural. But Amber's impact went far beyond matchmaking. She believed in connection as a global force, for good. Through her nonprofit and speaking engagements, she worked to promote emotional intelligence, healthy relationships, and leadership rooted in empathy. She collaborated with the United Nations on initiatives that combined personal growth with social impact. In recent years, she focused on guiding the next generation of entrepreneurs and leaders to lead with heart. To her clients, she was discreet, understanding, and tireless. To her colleagues, she was a visionary, and to her family, she was a deeply loving wife, mother, and daughter. Her ability to balance these roles with grace was nothing short of extraordinary. Those closest to her speak of a woman who never stopped learning. She devoured books, listened more than she spoke, and always sought to understand before being understood. Her eyes sparkled when she talked about the future, not just for her company, but for love itself. She once said in an interview, "Love is not a luxury, it's a basic human need. My job is to help people rediscover what they've forgotten, that they are worthy of love no matter what stage of life they're in." Amber believed in second chances. Many of her clients came to her after divorces, heartbreaks, or years of disillusionment, but she never saw them as damaged. She saw them as unfinished stories, and more often than not, she helped them write new chapters. Her passing leaves behind a legacy not only of high-profile relationships, but of quiet, enduring love stories that the world will never know. Because for every celebrity couple she helped unite, there were dozens of private individuals whose lives she changed forever. It's impossible to summarize a life like Amber's without also acknowledging the mystery that comes with such sudden loss. Friends and clients alike have been left with questions. How could someone so full of life be gone so soon? How do you mourn someone who symbolized beginnings, not endings? The outpouring of grief was immediate. Social media was flooded with messages from clients, colleagues, and admirers. One post read, "She didn't just find me a partner. She reminded me that I mattered." Another said, "Amber gave me the courage to believe again." These tributes tell the real story, not just of a businesswoman, but of a healer in disguise. At her private memorial service, held under the California sun she loved so much, those in attendance didn't just speak of her career. They spoke of her laughter, her strength, her unwavering presence. One close friend recounted how Amber had once paused a multi-million-dollar client meeting because her daughter had called with a school question. "That was Amber," she said. "She was present with the person in front of her, whether they were a billionaire or a child." That's rare. That's love in action. Amber Kelleher-Andrews lived in a world obsessed with image but taught people to see past it. She moved in circles of wealth and celebrity, but valued authenticity above all. Her own marriage, private, but deeply fulfilling, stood as a quiet testament to the very ideals she championed professionally. In the end, what makes Amber's story so moving is that it was about all of us, about our desire to connect, our fear of loneliness, our longing to be known. She didn't just run a matchmaking agency, she led a movement that said love is possible, and it's worth everything. Her team at Kelleher International has vowed to continue her mission. Her children, now young adults, are said to be considering roles in the family business. Honoring the legacy of a mother who taught them love is life's greatest adventure. As the world says goodbye, perhaps the best way to honor Amber is to do what she spent her life encouraging others to do. Open our hearts. Call someone we've lost touch with. Say what we've been meaning to say. Take a chance on love, even when it's inconvenient or uncertain. Amber Kelleher-Andrews died at 56. But her message, that love is always worth seeking, will live far beyond her years.